Hello and welcome to No Win, No Fee, the show where all 12 of these contestants are hoping to go home with £4,000, and I'm hoping they don't, because I do not get paid for presenting this show. If somebody here takes the money, I go away with absolutely nothing. Zero. In fact, the only way I make anything is if they all fail to get the money. Then I take home £4,000. So let's see who's standing between me and my fee today. Vivian, Colin, Joe, Guy, James, Carla, Michael, Harry, Sean, Paul, Eileen and Jim. Now, at the moment, you're complete strangers to each other. Virtually all you know about each other are those names. And this is a game of assumption and presumption. I'm going to ask you to choose players who you think are going to get a question wrong. It's sudden death and it's all about first impressions. There are 12 of you here now. I'm delighted to say that in just a few minutes, there are going to be only 6 of you. And we're going to start by randomly choosing just one. So somebody to join me, choose a question, then pick an opponent who's going to get that question wrong, judging only by first impressions. Joining me first, Jim, come and choose your question. Happy to be up first?
Don't mind.
Might as well get it out of the way. Pick a question, top or bottom. Which one is somebody here most likely to get wrong?
Top one.
The top question. Do you know the answer?
Obviously not.
Well, it's not about what you know, though, is it, Jim? You've got to pick somebody who won't know this. Here's the question that Jim has chosen, hoping one of you is going to get wrong, so one of you is going out early. Beyonce Knowles is the lead singer of which all-girl group? A little smile played around the corner of Sean's lips. Who's it going to be, Jim?
Colin.
Colin, the light's on. Somebody's at home. It's you. Come and face your question. Now, talk us through that choice. Why don't you go for Colin?
It's random. It was a toss the coin.
OK, now, first impressions matter in this show. If Colin gets this right, he stays in the game. If he's wrong, you stick around. Take your time, Colin. Beyonce Knowles is the lead singer of which all-girl group? He's looking a bit puzzled, but he could be bluffing us. Still happy with that choice?
I think so.
Do you want to hear it again, Colin?
I'll go for the Spice Girls.
The Spice Girls. If Beyonce Knowles is one of the Spice Girls, Colin's right and he stays in. If he's wrong, Jim sticks around. The answer is Destiny's Child. Colin, you are wrong. So, Jim, you're a good judge of character. You take your place in the next round. And, Colin, I'm happy to say you're not a survivor. You are out. One person through, one person out. It can happen to you, any of you, as quickly as that. Who's up next to choose a question? And it's going to be Harry. A confident smile. Harry, join me and choose your question. Hello, Harry.
Put my glasses on.
Put your glasses on, take your time. Which of those two questions, top or bottom, is somebody going to get wrong? Pick a question, then pick an opponent.
Not bad questions, are they? Pretty good.
Does that mean you find them difficult?
Impossible.
Yeah, but of course it's not about
I think the bottom one.
The bottom one?
Yeah.
He thinks the bottom question. He's confident now. He thinks they're both tough questions, so maybe he's trying to psych you out. Watch their faces as I read it. Study their reactions. Which boxer was known as the Clones Cyclone? Paul kind of nodded then. Maybe he's bluffing. Joe's got a lovely, open, expressive face. Who's going to get that wrong, do you think?
Joe.
Joe, he wants you out. He thinks you're going to get this wrong. Join us and maybe prove Harry wrong. Face your question. So we're talking boxing, Joe. Happy about that?
Maybe, maybe not.
Here's your question, Joe. You must get this right to stay in the game. If you do get it right, he's out for the count. Which boxer was known as the Clone's Cyclone? Take your time if you want. I think she knows this, Harry. I think you might have made a mistake.
It's possible.
If she's right, you're getting nowhere near it.
That's right.
You're out. Lot of money, Joe.
It is indeed.
Here's your question. Which boxer was known as the Clone's Cyclone? Who are you thinking of?
The boxers that I know, the greats, Muhammad Ali, don't think it's him. Joe Bugner, don't think it's him. I'm going to stick with a more recent one. I'm going to go for Barry McGuigan.
If she's wrong, Harry, you stick around and play for my £4,000. The answer is Barry McGuigan. Joe, you are right. Which means you take your place in the next round. And Harry, it's been nice meeting you, but I'm delighted to say you're out.
Yes.
4 places left in the next round. Who's up next to choose an opponent? Yes, Arlene, it's your turn. Come and choose your question. Now, you've seen how it works, Arlene.
I have.
Choice of 2, but would you rather be picking a question or answering a question, would you say?
I think I'd rather be picking one at the moment, yes.
OK, what's your choice then, top or bottom?
I think I will go for the top one.
The top question. 7 people in front of you. How good a judge of character are you? Watch their reactions as I read the question. Who wrote the musical The Rocky Horror Show? Who's going to get it wrong and get you into the next round, Eileen?
I think I'm going to go for Carla.
Carla, she hopes you're going to be out. Join us and face your question. She doesn't look too musical then, not a fan of musicals, maybe.
I don't know. She may know the answer.
So what did you pick her, Eileen?
I can't say, really.
Just a little hunch, just
yeah,
guesswork,
just a hunch,
Carla.
yes, indeed.
Now, that hunch may get you through to the next round or may get you out of the game. Take your time. Here's the question. Who wrote the musical The Rocky Horror Show? If you're right, Carla, you stay in. If you're wrong, you are out. And Eileen is going to be going against me and 5 other people for £4,000.
She's thinking.
She's
thinking. She may know it.
I can see the person, but I can't put a name to it at this particular moment. It's not one of my favourites.
Is any name at all coming into your head when I ask you this question? Who wrote the musical The Rocky Horror Show?
Eric seems to come to mind, but Eric Idle.
Eric Idle.
Eric Idle.
The man who wrote The Rocky Horror Show, the original host of The Crystal Maze, is Richard O'Brien.
Yeah.
Carla, you're wrong.
I could see it there. I could see.
Which means, Eileen, take your place. You're through to the next round. And Carla, I'm happy to say you're out.
Thank you.
We're halfway through the first round. 3 people through, 3 empty seats remaining. Who's going to fill them? Who's up next to choose a question? It's Guy. Guy, will you join me and choose your question? A lot of money, £4,000.
It is.
To get there, first of all, choose a tough question. A question here somebody's going to fail at, top or bottom?
I shall choose the top question.
The top question.
Yeah.
You hesitated a while. What finally persuaded you that was the one that someone's going to get wrong?
There's quite a few. There's more men left than there are women, and I think a woman would get that top question correct.
Well, of course, he might change his mind. He might be bluffing you. Study their reactions. Here's the question. In cookery, what does the term en croûte mean? Michael's moved his mouth. That's the first time I've noticed even a flicker of change on those features. Vivian and Sean, pretty much unchanged. Who's it going to be, Guy? Who's going to get that one wrong?
It's going to have to be Michael.
Michael, he thinks you're going to fail. Join us and face your question.
Unless he's a chef or a gourmet cook, men generally don't know much about cooking.
Might be a dangerous assumption. A lot of cookery shows on TV.
Yeah, this is true.
Here's your question. In cookery, what does the term en croûte mean? He's a bit frightening, isn't he?
He is. It's the hair, I think.
Rich, innit?
Still as confident?
Not really, no.
No. No, I think he might be a good bluff, and if he does get it right, out you go.
Yeah.
Of course, if he's wrong, you're a good judge of character, you stay in. £4,000, Michael.
Well, en croûte, straight away says to me croutons, which you get with soup, which are little bits of toasted bread. So I'd have to go en croûte to be toasted.
So in cookery, you think the term en croûte means toasted. If you're right, you're still in with a chance at £4,000. If you're wrong, that shot goes to Guy. En croûte means cooked in pastry. Michael, you're wrong. Which means, Guy, take your place in the next round. Because, Michael, I'm happy to say it's been nice meeting you, but you're out. Only 2 places left. Who's up next to pick a question? Paul, come and choose a question. Now, you've had a bit of time to weigh up the opposition if you have been casting glances around, but you have got less people to choose from.
That's true, there aren't many left now.
2 questions as ever, though. Which one is going to be the most difficult for the remaining contestants, top or bottom? Very different areas of general knowledge.
They certainly are, aren't they? I'll have to go for the top one, please.
The top question. And you've got to pick somebody who's going to get it wrong. Study their reactions. First impressions are really all you've got to go on. Maybe a bit of intuition. This is the question Paul has chosen. Whose novel, Amsterdam, won the Booker Prize in 1998? Who's going to get this one wrong?
I'm going to have to go for James, I think, for this one.
James, he's weighed you up and thinks you're going to fail at this. Join us and face your question. The male contestants are avoiding the females. What made you go for James? Was it purely his sex?
Just the way he looked, maybe,
Yeah.
when the question was asked.
OK, James, if you get this right, you stay in the game and could win £4,000. If you're wrong, you're out. Whose novel, Amsterdam, won the Booker Prize in 1998?
I think he's chosen well by choosing me.
Could be bluffing.
I think it's a modern novelist. I have to go for a surname that's pretty common, Green.
If the novel Amsterdam was written by a man whose surname is Green, then you're through to the next round. The answer is Ian McEwan. James, you are wrong.
Close.
Which means, Paul, take your place in the next round. James,
Thanks, Bill.
nice to meet you, but I'm delighted to say you are out.
Thank you.
2 contestants left fighting for 1 place. But who's going to be up first to choose a question and who's going to answer? Vivian, you've got no choice of opponent, but the choice of a question is yours. Join me now. It's quite tough being last up, isn't it? But at least you've had time to suss out, Sian. Have you been looking at her?
Sometimes.
Just a bit. We'll look at these questions. Which one is she going to get wrong? Top or bottom? That's your thinking noise, is it?
Ticking over here. I'm going to have to go for the bottom one.
The bottom question. This is the question that Vivian has chosen that she thinks you are most likely to get wrong. Which 1970s children's television character lived at 52 Festive Road? Bit of a smile there. Sian, join us and face your question. Vivian found you a bit difficult to read, and so do I. Pleased with that question?
One character sprung to mind.
Let me ask it you again then. Which 1970s children's television character lived at 52 Festive Road?
I'm not 100% sure, but having said that, I've found out it's always best to go with your first instinct.
Unless that instinct is wrong.
Too true.
Still happy with the question?
I'd have liked some other questions because I think they're both quite easy.
Sian, I need an answer.
I am going for Bagpuss.
The answer is Mr. Ben. Sian, you are wrong. Which means Vivian takes the last place in the final round. And Sian, it's been nice to meet you, but I'm happy to say you're out.
Thank you.
And well done to all 6 of you for getting this far. You've managed to eliminate an opponent each, either because you're a good judge of character, you're clever, or you're just lucky. But let's hope you've also been paying attention to everybody else's strengths and weaknesses, because now it's time for you to go head-to-head with each other. So, of course, I hope it's no win, no fee for you, as we all take one step closer to that money. And in round 2, things get decidedly trickier. Judgment of character is now crucial. You've got to choose an opponent before hearing the question. I then read that question, and to stay in the game, you tell me if you think your opponent is going to get it right or wrong. As always, we start by randomly choosing one of you. So who's going to be up first? Who's going to be a good judge of character? And it's going to be Eileen, who was a good judge of character in the first round. Eileen, join me and choose your opponent. Happy to be first up?
Get it over with.
Yeah. Trickier this time, though, because you pick an opponent, I give them a question, and you predict whether they're going to get it right or wrong. Who have you got the measure of?
I don't know if I've got the measure of any of them. I think I'm going to go with Joe.
So, Joe, the first person through from round 1, join us and face your question. Might be an educated choice, this, Eileen, because Joe is the only person who got a question right to get through to this round. You all right, Joe?
I'm fine, Paul.
You must get this question right to stay in the game. Here we go. What was the name of the space shuttle that exploded in 1986? I think that half close of the eyelids means Joe's going back in time.
Yeah, it could have just clicked in there, but... 1986. I don't think she's going to get it.
I think you're wrong.
I think she's going to get it wrong.
I think she's going to get it right. You know why I'm saying that, though, Eileen?
Because you want the £4,000?
I certainly do. And if you say she's going to get it right...
And she does.
And she does, you're both still in the game. But if you say she's going to get it right and she gets it wrong, Joe's out for getting it wrong, you're out for getting it wrong as well. I say goodbye to both of you, so don't let me influence you.
No.
Right or wrong?
I think I'll go with wrong. I don't think she knows it.
Hasn't got faith in you on this one, Joe, but you bluffed somebody out of the game in the first round. Here we go. What was the name of the space shuttle that exploded in 1986?
Alan's right, I am a lot younger than her. I was 14 at the time. But I think it was called Challenger.
If you're right, you stay in the game. The answer is Challenger, which means, Joe, you are right. So, Joe, you are still in the game, back in the lineup. Eileen, commiserations, but I'm happy to say, sit down, you are out. And it's as quick and as brutal as that. Who's a good judge of character? Who's up next to pick an opponent? And it's Guy. Did well in the first round. Can that winning streak continue? Join us and choose an opponent. Managed to suss out at least one person in the first round, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do it again?
Well, seeing as she's been up before, I'll go for Joe.
She has been up before. She's answered twice and she's dispatched 2 other contestants. Joe, join us now and face your question. So does that mean you've got faith in her knowledge, Guy?
Well, like I said, the others are an unknown quantity. So Joe's the only one who's answered questions.
Who's being picked on relentlessly.
That's right.
Here we go, Joe. You must get this right to stay in the game. In which county is Sellafield? What are your first thoughts?
I know the answer. And I think she knows the answer.
I quite like that one, though, you see, because if she doesn't and you say she does, you are both out.
She's answered plenty of questions correctly.
OK, all 2 of them.
All 2 of them.
So he thinks you're going to get this right? OK. In which county, Joe, is Sellafield?
I think it's Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. If that's the right answer, you are both still in the game. The answer is Cumbria. Joe, you are wrong. Which means I can say to you, with a bit of a smile, sit down, you're out. And also, for thinking you're going to get it right, Guy, sit down, you're out as well. Can it really be only 2 or 3 minutes ago I had 6 contestants in front of me? Now there are just 3 of you. Who's going to get the £4,000 and who's up next to pick an opponent? Vivian, sharp intake of breath. Join me now and choose your opponent. Two faces looking at you. Who can you read the best? Are you a good judge of character? Who do you want to answer a question on your behalf?
It's going to be Paul.
A great name, but is he a good contestant? Paul, join us and face your question. First time up this round, Paul. Got to earn your money on no win, no fee. I'm going to ask you a question which you have to get right to stay in the running for that £4,000. Here's the question. Who wrote Brideshead Revisited? He's not answered a question at all yet. Why did you pick him?
I don't know.
Are you wavering one way or t'other?
I don't think he knows.
I think he's going to get it. But don't let me influence you. Right or wrong?
I still think he's going to get it wrong.
OK, Paul, you do need to get this right to stay in the game. If you do get it right, it's goodbye, Vivian. If you're wrong, we lose you. This could cost you £4,000. Who wrote Brideshead Revisited?
The longer I stand here, the less sure I am of the answer to this. But
And isn't that a shame?
yes, that is a shame, but I think it's Evelyn Waugh.
The answer is Evelyn Waugh, you're right. Which means, Paul, back in line, you're still in the game. And Vivian, commiserations, but maybe you should have trusted me. Sit down, you're out. Only 2 people left, 3, because you've got to include me. One of us 3 is going to go home with £4,000. But who's going to be answering a question and who's going to be predicting whether that answer is right or wrong? Who's up first, Jim or Paul? It's Jim, for the first time in this round, to predict, and Paul to answer. So for £4,000, will you please both join me? Big moment for all of us. Big moment for you, Jim. Very simple as well. For £4,000, when you hear the question I'm asking Paul, you've got to tell me whether he's going to get it right or wrong. Big moment for Paul. Paul, you have to get the answer right. Big moment for me too. I could make some money. A lot of money. £4,000. Here's the question. In which century was the Magna Carta signed? What are your first impressions?
I think he's got an inkling, but he's not too sure. I think he's probably debating 20th centuries.
OK. Can't give him any clues, of course. Are you veering towards him getting it right or wrong the more you look at him?
I think he's going to get it wrong.
you think he's going to get it wrong?
I do.
You sure he's going to get it wrong?
I think he'll get it wrong.
Don't let me influence you.
I'm not letting you influence me.
He's not letting me influence him. Which is a shame for me, Paul, and maybe a shame for you. Because if you do get it wrong, Jim's right, he gets £4,000. But if you know the answer, you're right, Jim's wrong, you get £4,000. Either way, I'm going home with absolutely nothing, so the worst of luck to both of you. Here's the question. In which century was the Magna Carta signed? Was Jim right? Are you thinking of a couple of options?
I was thinking of 2 options, yes.
Which 2 were you thinking of?
Well, I was just going to make sure I didn't get the Doomsday Book mixed up with the Magna Carta. That was what I was mainly concerned about.
An expensive historical
Very
mistake.
expensive mistake. And I'm sure the Magna Carta was signed in 1215, which makes it the 13th century. That's my answer.
That's your answer? For £4,000? Yeah. The answer is the 13th century. Paul, you are right. Which means, Jim, commiserations, but sit down, you're out. Because Paul has won £4,000. Right here on No Win, No Fee. Congratulations. A lot of money?
Yes, it's a lot of money. Yes.
You've enjoyed yourself?
Well, I have very much now, yes.
I wasn't until about 20 seconds ago because I've got absolutely nothing from the show today. Thank you for watching. Join us the next time and see who gets that money.